I wonder why that was.
I think maybe. Oh, wait, I'm gonna wait. We got to get this juicy content on recorded. I don't know. Skype doesn't like only one person being on the call. It just closed out. But I was filling time as best I could.
All right. I really need to reset my settings. This is just. Hold on, let me go into my shit. Now I got 20 minutes.
That's okay. We'll go as long as we can. That's what she said.
Camera up. So always just, I thought with Mark not being here that, there may be a shot that we would just, what am I drinking?
Huh. Let me guess. That's just some random protein drink that you picked up from Walmart.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
after a nice hard workout, I did a full upper body today.
Very nice. What'd you do? List the exercises.
I did dumbbell flies, dumbbell presses, and then cable flies. Different positions from this would be technically it'd be like incline, decline. Then I did them straight forward.
How many sets total?
Of the chest?
All of it, yeah.
Each exercise I did 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps. So I made them heavy enough just so I can get 6 to 8 reps. And instead of doing
you get that volume going, man.
Yeah, man. Nice. I mean, and the same everything I did it like that. I did my back. I did lat pull downs. I know all the exercises, but the ones where you got it like this.
Mm-hmm.
Here,
like the neutral grip, wide grip, all that good stuff.
And different curls when it came to biceps, different kind of curls, hammers, regular curls, and I did the exercises, but for my triceps. So I went back and forth with the biceps and triceps. After I did my chest and my back, then I went to tris and bis. And then I finished out with shoulders, just shoulder presses. They only have, at Planet Fitness, they only have like the 60-pound weight. So that's all I could really do with that.
Just the 60-pound dumbbells,
No. The 60-pound barbell as far as
okay, the
free weight. They don't have a lot of weights there. I guess that's why you don't like Planet Fitness.
Well, that's it's not really so much the weight, right? It's the what is it? The lunk. Do they still do the lunk alarm there?
They have it there, but I don't know if they do anything.
Discourage people from like grunting and slamming the weights and everything.
What you need to grunt for anyway?
I grunt. I'm like,
I'm saying, what do you need to grunt for?
That's just it, man. It's tough. You got to grunt.
So a couple of weeks ago, you was it last week or the week before?
Last week, I did the shameless plug.
You did the shameless plug. So let's talk about Howard's blend. Like, why does you work in like IT, correct?
That is correct.
So why is somebody in IT with the workload that you have and the brain power that you have to use? Why and what made somebody want to make a protein powder?
Well, I mean, I'll try to make it as short as possible. So I've been into supplements, nutrition, exercise since I was 13 years old to recover from a compound fracture in my leg. I started lifting weights. So I've just been into supplements for a long time, like learning how, trying to learn how they work, using them, exercise, nutrition, etc. And so the earliest memory I have of wanting to actually start my own supplement company was 2008 when I went to a bodybuilding show and procrastinated. And so now I was like, hey, what better time than now, or I guess it'd be 8-9 months ago, than to actually do it. So I've gone back and forth. I right now I actually am formulating a pre-workout, but I wanted to start with a protein powder because it's like there were so many pre-workouts already out there and everybody was doing a pre-workout. I was like, let me just do a protein powder. But yeah, now I am doing a protein powder. I mean, a pre-workout. That's why I wanted to do the protein powder.
Yeah, I used a pre-workout today for the first time in a long time. I went and got some C4. I'm excited that you're doing a protein pop. I mean, a pre-workout because I'm going to jump on that too. What's different from yours than you got Howard's blend? Why do I want to take Howard's blend?
The protein powder or the pre-workout?
Protein powder.
Okay. Okay. You were talking about pre-workout.
Why the hell am I drinking this?
Well, to be honest, it's not different than a lot of other products out there. It's a blend of pea protein, and it's got hemp seed protein and sacha inchi, which is like the seeds of like a fruit. But I don't know of any really company that does a protein powder. They have any groundbreaking formula or ingredients. A lot of it is just differentiated by the flavors that they have. We have like birthday cake flavor, carrot cake flavor. There's some that do collaborations with well-known companies and they have like their flavored cookies or something like that. So in terms of, for me, the differentiating point as of now is me, is what it is. It's my company. It's just me. So I'm a small company. And, I have tenets that I follow in my company. One of those, this big one, and this will be shown in the pre-workout, which is the plan, is the transparency, showing you like behind the scenes of the business. I don't want to hide, and this is not groundbreaking. Other companies have done this. I'm not going to like hide ingredients behind like a proprietary blend or something where it's like, oh, it's explosive blend and it has this list of 20 ingredients. And you're like, well, how much of each ingredient is in there? So that's what the differentiating point is now. It's just it's for me, and I'm very ethical when it comes to business. I don't want to rip anybody off because these are products that I will use myself. I use Howard's blend right now. I use it every day, and I have this goes into more of a bigger macro picture, but I feel that there are a lot of companies out there, and there's a lot of great supplement companies, wonderful companies. And there's other ones that are just looking at just to get the quick buck, to rip people off, and they charge a hell of a lot of money for a substandard product. And my goal is to make products that will actually be effective and people will get their money's worth out of it. And I don't want to charge them a boatload of money. I want to make it affordable for people to buy.
Would you say, because you mentioned that you started this journey like in 2008, what held you up this long? Why you 220? You said you started it, you produced it finally last year, you want to say?
That's correct. Yeah, I actually got the product, I think it was in April of 2021, I believe. I created the LLC at the end of 2020. I think it was 2020. And then I actually got the product at the end of 2021. It was me. That's what was holding me back for, 12, 13 years, whatever it is. I procrastinated. I found excuses just to like delay it, not start. It's the same old excuses that I've heard a million times. Like, oh, well, how am I going to start? I don't know where to start. Where am I going to get the money from? What if it fails? Oh, it's so difficult. It's just, and then I even use my health, like, oh, I'm too skinny. I'm not going to have enough energy to promote it or anything like that. Just the same old procrastination excuses.
And then it wasn't, I don't think it was a light bulb moment, but like after all the years of excuses, like how did you arrive to that point where you're like, all right, I'm going to do this. You have the information. You did all the research yourself. You did how many? Let me say this. Okay, you started the journey back then. How many years of research would you say put in before you actually created it or you actually produced it?
Oh, well, I mean, specifically with the protein powder, I would say maybe about 2 years, but it was dabbling 2 years. It wasn't like consistent. It was just messing around here, looking a little bit up here and there. But like I said earlier, I've been into nutrition for over 30 years. So I kind of already knew some of the stuff. It was just more just like looking into, okay, how do they produce it? What are, good sources of protein for amino acids, all that stuff. But I think the question, what I was interpreting your question at the beginning there was, why now instead of 12 years ago? What makes the difference? And I mentioned it in one of my podcast episodes. It was Sam. I started really trying to get things together right before he was born. That's when I started the podcast. Right before he was born, I started the podcast. And that was 2019, June. And then, so I really was like, okay, I need to start getting my prep together to try to find out what I'm going to do. Like, what's the product going to be? What manufacturer am I going to use? Trying to get money together to get the ingredients and everything. How am I going to run this stuff? How am I going to start the business, etc. So it was that, and also it was, I would say also being in our group as well. Now, I didn't join the group until 2020, like almost summer of 2020, spring or summer. But still, like the support that you guys have, seeing what you guys are all doing, Harmony kicking me square in the nuts every day. And that was the main factor was my son. I was like, okay, if I'm going to do something, I need to do it now. And then, you guys as well.
What did you say? Yeah, like your biggest challenge was outside of like you say yourself, because we know most of the time we're holding ourselves back. But what was as far as the functional or the mechanical or the process? What was the hardest part for you or the most challenging part?
It wasn't really like anything mechanical or it was financial. Because when I went to different manufacturers and I had a formula, part of the preparation was I had many different iterations of the formula, which is like, I have like, and I've talked about, I use the kitchen as my laboratory. I would put, okay, let me write this down. I have 1 tablespoon of this, 1 teaspoon of this, and just measure it all out. But it's extremely expensive. I had one manufacturer, I think, if I remember right, they quoted me, and this was before I really finalized the formula. I just used estimates, like, okay, I think I'm going to need this, this, and this, and it was over $25,000 for it. And then I was prepared to buy that. I was prepared to get it. If I wanted all the organic ingredients, which is what I really wanted, it would have been over $50,000 for it. But then I thought to myself, it's like, do I have the money to afford that? Yes, I could. It would be tight, but I could do it. But then I thought, well, Howard, you have no distribution, because this would be like over 1,000 bottles of this stuff. And it's like, okay, I got to sell that within 2 years or else I can't legally sell it. Nobody knows who I am because I'm just starting. I don't have a name for myself as of now. And then as of then too. I don't know anything about marketing. So I don't know how am I going to market it to people. So I said, like, okay, I can do it, but is it the wise thing to do right now, to put all my eggs in this one basket when I have no fucking clue what I'm doing? And so, I that's what I passed. I was like, nah, I got another way I can do it. So
when you hearing like 20, I know, because I know, we're not under, there's no illusion. It's going to cost you money. But when you actually hear, 25,000 or 50,000, do you say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna take my ball and go
home. It was, I thought it was going to be expensive. I knew it was going to be expensive, but never once did I say, oh no, this is not for me. I was like, okay, that's how much it is. Well, then I just need to figure out a way to get there, whether it's just saving up as much money as I possibly can. Now that I have a business account, who knows, maybe I can get a business loan to at least get the money up front and then just bust my ass to try to sell it. Whether it's what Rolo Athletics, Roderick, when I interviewed him, he did a pre-sale. He said, hey, I have this product, order it now before I get it. And so the people actually bought it. He actually used that to front for his first order of it. And so that's an idea too. Like, just that's a great way to put the marketing out there. And then you now have guaranteed sales because they're paying you for it. So.
And when you finally first you get the samples, right?
Correct. Yeah.
How many different samples? How many times did you get samples and send it back, or what, did they get it right on target as far as taste and everything like that?
It was only one, because what I ended up doing for the product Howard's Blend is I went with what's called a stock formula. So this is when I started getting all those quotes for $50,000, $25,000. I was like, okay, what am I going to do? So I started reaching out to more manufacturers and started talking to the sales staff over the phone. They would call me. We'd have long conversations, email. They gave me great advice. They said, Howard, if you're just starting out, we recommend, first of all, do not start with the protein powder, which I didn't listen to them. They said start with the pre-workout because it's the margins are better and more in your favor. But they said go with the stock formula. Use the stock formula just to learn, learn the ins and outs of like the game and what to do. So I started looking into it, and I found a manufacturer that made a stock protein powder. It's already formulated. They have it there. They just put your label on it. It's basically what it is. So my product, there could be 20 other supplement companies that have the same exact product. They just put their label on it. So I said, okay, well, this is a great way for me to at least get inventory, learn the ins and outs of it, and then I'm not having to pay $20,000 for it. Plus, you don't have to order thousands of units. You can order 100 units or 200 units, for example.
And then when you get that first, actually, you know what? Let me go back. Your labeling. What was this? Is so let me just pull it up here. So it's,
make sure you get it in camera. There you go.
So the labeling. So talk about the labeling, the colors. Obviously your name is Howard Blend. So what else would you call, your protein powder or even your products? But talk about the colors. What were you going for with that?
Well, we'll say ladies out there who enjoy Howard's Blend, but not that protein powder.
I have no idea what you mean.
But the label, that label was the manufacturer, and most manufacturers will actually produce the label for you. They have graphic designers on staff that you can pay by the hour or whatever. They have set rates. So the background of that label is one that the manufacturer already had. For a cheaper price, they had like templates that you could use. And so that one I liked. I used the template. And then for the actual logo, I think I got somebody off of Fiverr to make the SMB logo. And then for the actual name, Howard's Blend, plant-based, the graphic designer for the manufacturer sent me like a document. He said, hey, fill out what you want on there. And so I put it on there. I sent it to him. He sent me back like samples or I guess mock-ups. And I said, oh yeah, I like this one. And then on the back, the nutrition facts, or I guess on my product, it's supplement facts. For protein powder, you can have either one. That's what the manufacturer does. They put like how many calories, all et cetera on there.
Okay. So, and then once you get that first, what was the minimum? Do you have to have a minimum order when you first your first time around?
Yeah, for this manufacturer, they have different ones, but I went with the lowest, which was 48 to start off with. Now, when you do 48, you're paying more per unit, just like you would at the grocery store. So if you get a big order, it's less per unit. But I said, okay, let me try with that. And so I think I ordered that, and then I ordered like 100 sample packets or something. The samples I was just going to give out, and then I made it available as well on the website for like $3 or something a piece in case somebody just wanted to try it.
And then you get that first order. It comes in. Like, what is that like? You said 2008, right?
That was when that's the earliest memory I have of wanting to start a supplement company. Yes, sir.
So you can go back to 2008, wanting to, but I guess, at that point, it's kind of like, you just kind of want to do it. But I would say you said you got serious around 2 years before, or that was just more the bulk of your research. When you say you got serious?
I would say like right before, maybe like March of 2019, because my son was born in June. So that's when I was like, okay, that's when I released the first episode of the podcast after recording like 50 something different episodes and then saying, nah, this is crap. I was like, let me just go ahead and do it. Fuck this shit.
Okay. I'm gonna get back to that. So you get that first batch in, you know what I'm saying? It's a nice package. You know what I'm saying? Pause. It's a nice,
Why, thank you.
It's nice looking and it's yours. It's got your name on it. It's not, notes on a paper. It's not, ideas typed not in your phone, little messages to yourself. It's not, some Word document. It's your product, and it's there and it's ready to be distributed.
Yeah, it's I made a video that I put on YouTube, and I think I put it on social media. I was right here, right where these, just ignore the laundry and Sam's toys there. And I opened up the box on, I had a recording of it. And yeah, it was emotional, really, really emotional, because it's like, here's this culmination of like 12 years, whatever it is, of fucking around. And it's like, okay, like what you said, it's like, okay, I finally got something tangible that I can sell. Now comes, and then at that point, you also realize, like, now I realize how little I know. I've gone this far, and it's like, okay, now I'm literally now just like a little baby. I haven't even started yet.
Right.
And, after 12 years of messing around, then this work going into finally getting the product, now it's like, okay, now you're at the starting line, buddy. Let's get the show on the road.
Yeah, so I got the, what flavors do you have?
Just chocolate right now. I think the manufacturer only had chocolate and vanilla, and I'm not I guess I can maybe order samples, but I'm not a big vanilla guy when it comes to powder. There was only one flavor that I liked that was kind of vanilla, and that was the original Metrex. I don't know if you ever had Metrex. I thought the original flavor was great. I hated the chocolate flavor.
You know what? I'm mistaken. It was the Metrex bars.
Oh, no. Mm-mm.
I bought a I don't know. They're protein bars, Metrics. Everybody, I'm looking, all the bodybuilders are using them. It's got to be like 20 years ago, right? I bought it without tasting it. I bought a $30 case of them. Just terrible. Protein bars have come a long way.
They have, yeah. And
the consistency and everything. It was like a taffy and.
You got to pull your teeth out, break your teeth.
Tasted terrible, man. But yeah, I did I just threw a scoop of peanut butter in mine today. I usually just put like the 8 ounces of water, and then just because I like that consistency of the 8 ounces. But today I threw a scoop of peanut butter in. I just wanted to actually. I had a really, really good workout. I was feeling like I did pre-workout. I did it, I blew myself out with the weights. Then I was like, let me put a scoop of peanut butter in there, So I did a little extra today. But I'm going to get back to the podcast. You said you recorded 50 episodes.
Oh, it was something like that. Like I recorded and I was like,
these episodes, man?
Huh?
How long were these episodes?
Oh, gosh. My first episodes were maybe like 15, 20 minutes, and that's how long it was. I didn't know. Originally, I wanted to start the podcast in 2016. This is more my procrastination, because at the time I thought, well, I'm not starting the supplement company. Maybe if I do a podcast, maybe then that will give me kind of the kick in the butt to start the company. Well, I never started the company, so then I was like, I'm just going to hold off. So in 2019, I was like, as I mentioned, now's the best time to do it, but I didn't know what I wanted to talk about. And so I thought, well, what better topic to talk about than kind of like about my life and things that I've done and I'm trying to do to try to improve it, because I know my life, I've lived it. So that's kind of like the first episode is kind of like my journey and kind of techniques that I've used to try to get over hurdles and stuff, and then stuff that I'm still trying to get over.
Yeah, and if nothing else, you know, like I looked at it when I started, if nothing else, it'd be kind of like a journal. You know, even if you journal into yourself, you go back and listen.
Yep.
But I feel now it's like the cool thing about it is, especially doing audio and video, is that people, you know, potentially, you know, Sam, you know, he can see, you know, this stuff is out there and it'll be there. He can see you and, you know, or hear you, or just, you know, if something unfortunate happened. But even as you get older and the hair gray, your hair get gray. Because I'm just looking around. Nobody else has gray hair. I don't understand what's going on. That's a whole nother thing. Stop it. Stop.
I got some gray beard. I actually have a lock. You can't see, but I have a lock of blonde hair that I've had since I was a little baby, and it's now really, really long.
What you do for your beard? You do anything with it, or you just go?
I just trim it. Now I just trim it every once in a while, but I've been considering. I'm actually considering just cutting the long hair, just getting short, because it gets too damn hard to take care of, and it gets in your face and everything. But I want to let the beard just grow out as long as possible.
I definitely understand the hair getting all in your face. It is annoying, you know.
But you look good with that long hair, man.
Well, listen, man, you know, sometimes you just got to let it fly. See, like, yeah, man, I like shampoo the beard oil, beard butter, none of that.
I have beard oil. I got some of, Offset Clarity. Now I feel bad because her name just went on my mind. She's a wonderful woman. I ordered some of her beard oil, and I have no clue how to use it. I don't know. Do you use it after you shampoo it? Do you use it any time of the day? How much do you put in it? And it's like, I don't know.
You can go on YouTube and find a beard oil tutorial.
Okay. All right. And
there's no excuse.
Well, she makes great products, Offset Clarity. She makes great products. I don't want to make it seem like the products are crap. No, they're wonderful products. It's what we call user error, okay? Or in IT, we call it a layer 8 issue or something like that. It's user error. That's what's at fault there. But yeah, I'm just lazy. That's all it is. I mean, you talking about shampooing your beard and stuff, that's too much damn work. I'm just like, okay, I'm washing my face. Okay, soap. Okay, that's enough. I'm done.
Or soap. I guess soap does it. But would it say if I just put soap in my beard and then just got out, it would be, you know, dry. And so after it dries up, or it'll, you know, it'd be matted. So easy comb it out. You don't comb it out, nothing, man.
I do, yeah. And when it was longer and I'd comb it out, then it would hurt because you get all the tangles and everything in it. But yeah, I'm just, mine, it gets dry too, and it kind of, you know, I got all the little weird, crazy whiskers or whatever coming out, and
yeah,
it's too thin, right? I'm looking at it, it's too thin here. So if I can fill that in, like under here, I just hit the microphone, under my chin, it gets real, the hair is real thick, but the ladies say I have some other thick parts of my body as well too, but we won't talk about that on this podcast.
That's for 5 deep.
That's when Mark comes on, because he gets real interested when I start talking about that stuff.
All right. Concludes the Howard's Blend Spotlight portion of 5 Deep.
Ladies, hit me up.
This was actually supposed to, this was, you know, us winging it because nobody else, I don't even know, man. I mean, are we going to be able to do this? These guys just slacking, not showing up? What is it, week 3?
Yeah, and it's already like oh no, you know, Mark's like got his boiler blowing up and stuff like that. I was like, come on, man, that's excuses, man.
You look, man, you can't be trying to. I think he was trying to fix it himself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He mushed the family out the way and said, no, I got this. And then he went down.
Money.
Yeah, just blew it up.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I think he's just lying about all that electrician and plumber and stuff. Like, oh, sure, Mark, sure, buddy. You did it yourself. But see how
Listen,
dedicated everybody out there who's watching this and or listening to this. First of all, we apologize for the horrible show. But we are dedicated folks right here. You know, everybody else, they're just like, you know, I mean, what is it? Lee's dealing with 100-mile-per-hour winds or something. Come on, man, you can
no
still do
internet
it.
and no internet. Come on, man. You could find a way. Get you you know, it leaves a little younger than us, but just some tinfoil, some wire.
That's
You know,
it.
I don't know.
Just
Harmony working.
working,
And you know, doing it
making money.
at the job. A job ain't nothing but work. What are we
she,
doing here?
she could have called in on her phone,
No,
and
but
like scrubbing out the toilets and stuff.
yeah, I mean, what's going on? I listen, man. Week 3, you know, and I don't think it was a whole thing. You know, I think it's probably a little easier to spotlight somebody when it's not 5 people in the room. You know what I'm saying? And we had so much stuff to talk about. I get a little long winded, so
You did a great job. Me, on the other hand, no. This is what's going to tank the shit. Everybody's going to comment like, Rodney, you're wonderful. Why are you letting Howard bring you down like that?
Listen, they didn't see the technical difficulties before.
Well, I do have the previous recording with the technical difficulties, and it's on my Zoom too. So
Yeah, they didn't witness the technical difficulties. But it's content creation. You know what I mean? When you never know what's going to happen when you plug this stuff up. Serious note, shout out to the other 3.
correct.
That, you know, working and, you know, those home issues, sometimes those home improvement issues. And Lee, you know, it's not his fault he doesn't have internet. But want to shout those guys out. And
That's what
know.
happens when you're in England. You don't have any internet, or they got shitey internet, as they would say.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you know, listen, man, you know, I try to tell these guys, you know, they got to come over here, but, you know, it is what it is. They're happy with, you know, shitty internet, rain. What is he always complaining about? Rain.
It's raining, and they never get any snow. Mark said, I don't get any snow. And then he's always complaining about people's driving, him and Lee. And then their food is probably, I've heard it's horrible over there. So,
all right, that's enough.
All of a sudden, our listenership in England is like negatives. Everybody's like, screw these assholes.
Hey, listen, I love England. I'm gonna go there one day. We got to do like a nice big.
Absolutely.
Like
go there, and then we'll meet up with Boris Johnson as well. I mean, we do have the inside. Mark is our connection to Boris Johnson, so we don't want to make him upset.
This would have been a perfect time for Boris to show up. Maybe we could edit Boris in. An idea. Howard, you muted yourself.
Oh, that is I'm muted it because if you can, probably everybody can hear it. There's about there's a lot of noise in the background here. So and I think my camera is like messing up. That's why I'm looking at, just make sure I'm still on the camera here. But yeah, I love England. I'll just leave it at that.
All right, man. Till the next time.
This is Too Deep, and we just went too deep into the trash on this episode. But thanks, Big Rodney. Take care, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Too Deep out.